So, Deep, if you could tell us, in the experience of the UK, and the UK is very famous for its NHS. So, what are the problems that you're facing, or what are the things that you think worked in integrating to the public health system for digital therapeutics?
Thanks so much, Kritika. First of all, for inviting me into this webinar and sharing a platform with this August panel members. So thank you so much for that. Now, second, for the opportunity to talk about the health system and how we are collaborating. So from UK's perspective, what I can see, I also run a program called UK India Health Tech Accelerator, wherein we identify one of the top cutting edge innovations from India and then help them to connect with UK stakeholders, R&D, and then when they improve upon their services or to reach to a level which is of an international standard, then they go global from UK and then start supporting the global health ecosystem. Now, in developing this entire program, I think I've came across to a number of challenges, and what I can see, I'm being an optimistic person. I'll say that the kind of things that I've seen in the UK's ecosystem, and I like to name them. First of all, is institutions like NHS AI Lab or Accelerated Access Collaborative, which is also known as NHS AAC. They provide end-to-end support from clinical validation to adoption at the NHS. I'm aware that they have an investment. So, for example, NHS AI Lab have 140 million investment that has accelerated innovations, which partnered with NHS trusts. Now, anyway, we are aware that NHS has been scrapped from NHS England has been scrapped, and it has been better if we call them a health system. So they are part of the Department of Health and Social Care. But then just to make everyone's life easy and understanding that all these innovations that have been supported by NHS Accelerated Access Collaborative or NHS AI Lab, they are partnering with NHS trusts. They're deploying their remote monitoring system to elderly patients and patients with chronic conditions. So I think that is the first element that I would like to highlight has been doing really well in the UK, the institution bit. The second bit is, and I'm pretty sure many colleagues would probably not agree with me, but the regulatory framework, because in my sense, the regulatory framework of MHRA is the regulatory body in the UK. Their framework balances the agility and the rigorousness of the UK's entire regulatory ecosystem. So most of these digital therapeutics comes under software as a medical device, which is also known as SAMD guideline. Then we have organizations within the regulatory framework like NICE. NICE has their evidence standard framework. So why I'm naming both of them? So MHRA looks more around the ecosystem and the safety, whereas NICE looks towards the efficacy, the cost effectiveness. So I think these two, when they put together, I think work really well for the larger public, because they not only provide the safety but also the cost effectiveness, understanding of the cost effectiveness. So I think that has been working really well. As a second point. Third is, of course, a program, as I mentioned, that the program that I run called UK India Health Tech Accelerator. So it bridges the ecosystem. It helps identifying innovation, one of the cutting edge innovation from overseas, and the innovation who has a zeal to go global. I would like to take an example of one of the companies that we supported in our um, very first edition of the program called RKI. They have an AI-driven cardiac care. So they're refining their solution in partnership with University of Leeds, and University of Huddersfield. Then they are planning to later deploy them at NHS Trust. Now, this symbiosis amplify global impact while leveraging UK's strength in interoperability and standard setting and innovation from India. So I think these are the three key elements I really wanted to highlight as a key to motivator and setting up the entire ecosystem together and supporting innovations. I'll stop here.